one. Looking forward to it. And the Taipans take control of this one early. Scotty Wilbekin, he's met by Stephen Dennis. McRae goes to Cam Glidden. Glidden goes inside to Lout. Comes up short on the jump shot. There's Matty Burston, and he is immediately fouled by scoring up to 2 here this evening. 4-2, Cairns leads it. Gone just inside a minute. First quarter, Margaret Porterino. Stephen Dennis goes high to kick it.
Cairns have already gone to a 2-3 zone, trying to make Melbourne prove it to them from the three. That's one. They just managed to flick it over the back shoulder.
Wilbekin with 8 points.
You can really feel the energy in Margaret Court lifting a little bit, though. If
McRae to the rim.
I was going to say, Jordan McRae can just keep this going.
Jordan McRae up to 12. Started this one slowly. Started to catch fire late in the second quarter. And has continued on here in the third. 5 points in the third to McRae. And it would be a foul.
To be able to get in the lane, find other options.
Daryl Corletto, Nate Tomlinson out of the game for Melbourne United. Stephen Dennis back, as is Jordan McRae. The league's leading scorer, McRae in 2 hands.
Well, Margaret Court, finally, they've been waiting for three and a bit quarters, and finally Jordan McRae gets them out of their seat.
Jordan McRae has arrived at altitude. Tregar. Glidden. Vittori Craig, he's met by Odygy. Ball goes inside to Loudon. At work on David Barlow. Vittori Craig, he's met by Odygy. Ball goes inside to Loudon. At work on David Barlow. Glidden gets it rolling again for Cairns. 9 seconds on the shot clock. 7:19 to play, fourth quarter. Melbourne leads it by 4. Glidden goes to the basket. Can't get it to go. Tregar. Offensive glass. Vittori Craig. He's met by Odygy. Ball goes inside to Loudon. At work on David Barlow. 19 to play, fourth quarter. Melbourne leads it by 4. Glidden goes to the basket. Can't get it to go. Tregar. Offensive glass.
And Glidden, he didn't finish, but his ability to get in the lane, he got a good look there.
Cam Tregar up to 13 points. Melbourne leads it by 2, 70-68. Kick it at work down low.
He looks way more aggressive, even though the elbow jumper that didn't drop earlier, he looks like he's here with a point to prove.
Up to 15 points. Tory Craig goes inside. Can't get that one to go. The ball will be Loudon. Probably resisted the temptation. Did not want to appear on the Jordan McRae poster. Not this week anyway.
It's getting really physical, at least under the Cairns Taipans bucket down this end. So the insertion of Mark Worthington is something I really like to see. He loves a bit of that argy-bargy. Speaking of the...
Barlow steps up and makes it 3 for Melbourne United.
And we spoke about it last time we were on air, but it's really good to see David Barlow get an early basket. Hopefully that builds his confidence.
Wilbekin works his way into the paint, met by Worthington, kicks out to Cam Glidden, who slices to the basket and gets an
all away. Sky rainbow jumper from Mark Worthington.
17 points, 8 rebounds for Mark Worthington. It's been a big night for the veteran. Back in action tonight after missing Sunday's game with the infected elbow. Wilbekin to Loudon, met by Daniel Kickett. After missing Sunday's game with the infected elbow. Wilbekin to Loudon, met by Daniel Kickett. Worried him out of the shot in the end. Ball with Stephen Dennis. Melbourne United by 6. Dennis gets into the paint and gets the finish. Foul on Alex Loudon.
The whole half-court sequence was probably the best we've seen out of them tonight.
Dennis makes the free 9, 77-68. The league leaders now in trouble. Taipans 6-1. Opened the season on a 6-game winning streak. Fell to the breakers in the far north on Friday night. Foul on David Barlow. Up for David Barlow. Tory Craig finds Glidden. Steve Way, Wilbekin, met by Stephen Dennis. Wilbekin for 3. He can't get that to go. Steve Way, Wilbekin, met by Stephen Dennis. Wilbekin for three. Can't get that to go. Stephen Dennis has a bounce about him now too.
And Wilbekin's settling for that three a little too much now. I think he needs to get back at the hoop.
Stephen Dennis starting to feel pretty good about himself right now. Here's Craig. Cam Glidden, Stevie Way out there. Has not got on track tonight, just the two for Cairns. Glidden met by Dennis. Goes inside to Way, was able to get the... It was a nice heel. He's got a big body, Stevie Way, hasn't he? Deceptively. Glidden for three. Steve Way on the glass that time. Couldn't get that one to fall.
Oh,
Torrey
wow.
Craig fouled and will go. Glidden for three. Steve Way on the glass that time. Couldn't get that one to fall.
Oh,
Torrey
wow.
Craig fouled and will go. Glidden for three. Steve Way on the glass that time. Couldn't get that one to fall.
Oh,
Torrey
wow.
Craig fouled and will go. Is the word. Here's Dennis. Worthington settles for a three. Right wing. Can't make it go. Just the 7 points tonight for Torrey Craig. Average 8 points leading into this one. Well short. 4:56 to play here in the fourth quarter. Taipans back to within 8, 77-69.
And Cairns just trying to take Melbourne out of their sort of pushing tempo. They played that slow enough press rather than... Did not work. Did not work. Mark Worthington from range.
Torrey Craig was late to get to him. Made him pay for that, up to 20 points.
They've got it, Steve Way on McRae again.
Steve Way long on that attempt. Craig keeps it alive. Can't get it. Made him pay for that, up to 20 points.
They've got it, Steve Way on McRae again.
Steve Way long on that attempt. Craig keeps it alive. Can't get it go. Stephen Dennis. Lead out to 11.
Got a massive mismatch with Lucas Walker and Scotty Wilbekin in the post.
Walker kicks back out to kick it. On the jumper.
Oh, huge rebound.
Glass that time.
In the post.
Walker kicks back out to kick it. On the jumper.
Oh, huge rebound.
Glass that time by Lucas Walker. 8 seconds on the shot clock. McRae kicks it to Dennis in the corner.
And again.
Better ball movement. Walker wide open for three. Clangs
in the post.
Walker kicks back out to kick it. On the jumper.
Oh, huge rebound.
Glass that time. Kicks it to Dennis in the corner.
And again.
Better ball movement. Walker wide open for three. Clangs off the iron. Torrey Craig gets the Taipans back into the half court. Foul that time on Adelaide at New Zealand, the Perth Wildcats, and then they play Adelaide back here at Hisense Arena. The Taipans after this one have an 8. Worthington settles for a three. Right wing, can't make it go. Rebounded by Burston. Taipans back into the half court. Wilbekin probing. Met by Dennis, already with the one foul tonight, Stephen Dennis. Looks to put the move on Worthington. Worthington under the challenge that time.
Great hustle by Worthington. This is what the team misses.
In Sydney, so they've got time to go home and really get
the barrier reef.
Why not? It's a beautiful part of the world. You'll take that. Torrey Craig makes the 10, 80-70. Melbourne United will look very good here in the second half. Stephen Dennis looking to make it happen inside. Nice.
Great aggression.
Looking to make it happen inside. Nice.
Great aggression. Didn't take no for an answer. Didn't settle for that three we saw in the first half. Got denied one time. Brought it back out. Back at the rim again. That's what we want to see.
Wilbekin answers with 3 of his own. Up to 14 points. Stephen Dennis also has 14.
I think Scotty Wilkins trying to send a bit of a message.
Here's McRae. Stephen Dennis, 11 points here in the second half. We talked about him off air at halftime, had just the 3. Pulls up on the jumper again. He was a mystery man coming into this.
I think Melbourne United might have found their answer to the half-court offense. They're just running something called Stephen Dennis. They just hand the ball over to him, keeps penetrating, great jump shot.
Wilbekin fouled on the 3-point attempt. Not too many concerns on that one.
No, you've got to protect the shooter as well. You can't be hitting the wrist or really touching any part of their shooting arm when they...
Up to 15. One to 24, 2:49 to play. First game at Margaret Court Arena. Makes just the 1 of 3. Worthington the handoff to Dennis. He's met by Wilbekin. Barlow wide open that time on the left corner.
Bring the energy to this team.
This big hustle play by Mark Worthington. Cairns lead 6-5. Got just over 2 minutes live from Margaret Court Arena. Round 6 National Basketball League. Worthington steps inside and calls to the trust. Or left wing, happy to see that one fall. A satisfied, what was that, a smirk on his face almost?
I'll tell you what it was. It was a little look to his family in the crowd. It was a look like, I've got it going. I found it. I'll tell you what it was. It was a little look to his family in the crowd. It was a look like, I've got it going. I found it. I'm going to be okay.
Here's McRae.
Okay. I mean, not enough can be said about the amount of pressure that's put on this Melbourne United roster. They've got all the stars, and they've just been waiting for it to click. And we thought we saw it against Wollongong. Maybe we're seeing it here tonight.
The stature of the team they're playing in the Taipans opened the season with 6 straight wins, 6-1 heading into this game. So this will be a major scalp.
Yeah, this is really going to test
the New Zealand Breakers, who showed on the weekend they are no slouches either by winning twice in the far north, and now they get the Taipans here tonight. Dennis goes inside, kicks outside to kick it. Ball movement. Tomlinson left corner, well short on the 3 attempt.
We haven't seen from Melbourne United all year. We've got to see more of that going forward.
Corey Maynard checks into the game for the final minute and a half. Craig. This game is in the fridge. Melbourne United 89 lead the Cairns Taipans 74. Chris and Margaret Court Arena here in style, the new home of basketball in Melbourne. One senses if Melbourne United can duplicate the efforts of this second half, this place could be rocking. One senses if Melbourne United can duplicate the efforts of this second half, this place could be rocking by mid-season.
Well, that's a scary thing. You play the top of the table Cairns Taipans. You play one half of basketball and you got a 15-point win.
Torrey Craig to Tregar. Makes the jump up.
We're not able to run. A lot of free throws means they can't get out on the break and sort of play in the open floor.
It's all been half-court stuff so far. Cameron met that time by Jordan McRae. Burston.
Great pass, Matty Burston.
It was terrific vision that time by Burston. Alex Louts with Worthington. McRae and the foul that time.
The block, got the big height advantage.
Yes, has the mismatch. Here's Dennis. Goes outside the
okay.
Good start. Goes outside the
okay.
Good start by Barlow.
David Barlow has arrived.
He has indeed. He's up to 6 points tonight as Barlow. 8 apiece and Matty Burston against.
That's a clear strategy by the Taipans. Make sure they're going at kick it. They know that once kick it's fouled out of the game, or at least in foul trouble, that Melbourne United really struggle for depth in their bigs.
Our light on the front court. Glidden goes inside to Lout. Comes up short on the jump shot. There's Matty Burston, and he is immediately fouled by
in their bigs.
Our light on the front court. Untimely slip by David Barlow that time. Steve Waves thought about it, instead goes inside the burst, and he's up to 6 points. He leads all scorers with David Barlow in this one, 12-8. Taipans lead it. Foul. Yes, he wasn't pleased with that one, but Kickett has the opportunity to put Melbourne United into double figures, 12-8. A restrained opening here at Margaret Court, hasn't it? Kickett makes the second.
And this is really good to see. Melbourne United now in a full court press trying to slow up the Taipans. With the team they have and the athleticism they have on their squad, they should be pressing a lot more. I feel it really plays into their attributes.
Here's Burston met by Barlow. Wilbekin releases the three. Can't get that one to go. Won't you? You will make him prove it from that range.
That's on fire for me. I was on fire when I was 2 of 22.
Alex Loud, Wilbekin, met again by Dennis. Those two will see plenty of each other this evening, you would think. Loud, won't fall. Defensive rebound by Worthington. Looks to push the ball down the floor this time. Melbourne United looking to make something happen offensively. McRae shoots over the top of Glidden. Never looked like falling. Looking to make something happen offensively. McRae shoots over the top of Glidden. Never looked like falling. Loud.
Not much offense there for Melbourne United. It was just give it to McRae. Everyone stand on the perimeter.
It was static. Wilbekin looks to get...
For Melbourne United, it was just give it to McRae. Everyone stand on the perimeter.
It was static. Wilbekin looks to get...
Got to run now. They've got to run.
Top. Worthington looks to put the move on Burst. The foul is called on that Burst. Out of the game for the Cairns Taipans. Into the game comes Torrey Craig. Worthington.
Let that one go.
Matt Burston steps up to shoot the first of two. Connects on the first. Sneaks.
He can come in and give a lot of points really quickly. You know, you got to make sure he doesn't get off a couple of easy ones early.
Torrey Craig out for the Taipans this season. Alex Lout, McRae with Cam Glidden aggressively to the basket. Lost it
so
that
smooth.
time.
Got a lot of guys that like to play in the open floor, like to play free-flowing basketball. If I was him, I'd really try and push the tempo early.
Taipans sitting back in that 2-3 zone, daring Melbourne United to shoot the ball from range. There's Worthington, puts the fake on Torrey Craig, and the foul. Here's David Barlow. Struck twice from the three-point range already this evening. Leads Melbourne United with 6. Barlow again releases on the jumper. Can't make it already this evening. Leads Melbourne United with 6. Barlow again releases on the jumper. Can't make it go. And Glidden gets the Taipans into their half-court set. Cam Trigar. So often and Glidden gets the Taipans into their half-court set. Cam Trigar. So often equal offense coming off the bench for the Taipans. Here comes Worthington down the floor. Settled for the three. Dennis. Wide open. Things up at 14.
Well, it's one thing to make Melbourne United prove it from 3. It's another thing to leave them with half the basketball court to shoot it.
Cam Glidden. Nice release on here this evening. Taipans lead at 17-14 as Lucas Walker and Nate Tomlinson wait to kick into the game for the home team. McRae puts the moves on Lout.
Yeah, the offensive end is really an issue, and so is rebounding. I mean, apart from Wertho, who we spoke about, has led the rebound count every single game he's played for Melbourne United. They don't have many people contributing in that area either.
Underway again here in the second, rolling again for the home team.
That was a turnover, but it was a great set by the Cairns Taipans. Cam Glidden just overcooked it a little bit for Torrey Craig. Good defense.
Bursting for the second. Taipans on the board with 2 free throws.
Just overcooked it a little bit for Tory Craig. Good defense.
Excellent defense by Craig. Takes off the foul on Walker. That will be his 3rd personal.
That's another issue.
It's that energy. He also has that ability to ignite the fans too, doesn't he? He's such a great way to get that, really stuff that highlight reel. The fans jump right in behind that one. Craig, well short on the second. Craig, well short on the second. 27-18. Taipans in control of this one at the moment. Stephen Dennis looks to go inside. Cam Glidden got a hand on it, was able to disrupt the offense. Taipans in control of this one at the moment. Stephen Dennis looks to go inside. Cam Glidden got a hand on it, was able to disrupt the offense. Glidden and the Taipans off and running. Bruce fills the lane. Glidden goes himself with the putback slam by Tory Craig. Glidden and the Taipans off and running. Bruce fills the lane. Glidden goes himself with the putback slam by Tory Craig. Bruce fills the lane. Glidden goes himself with the putback slam by Tory Craig. The margin out to 11, 29-18. The athlete Walker at the other end of the floor, out off Daniel Kicker.
Lucas Walker's such an incredible athlete. He had Cam Tragar, who, he's an amazing player, but he can't jump over a credit card. You've got to rise up, take it hard to the rack there.
Bruce goes inside to Tragar. Nice little spin on Marlowe. Can't make it go that time, and Bruce on the offensive.
Take it hard to the rack there.
Bruce goes inside to Tragar. Nice little spin on Marlowe. Can't make it go that time, and Bruce on the offensive.
Take it hard to the rack there.
Bruce goes inside to Tragar. Nice little spin on Marlowe. Can't make it go that time, and Bruce on the offensive boards. Cairns doing a good job on the offensive glass at the moment.
All the energy, all the hustle plays going Cairns Taipans way right now. From deep
for 3. Kick it, the foul that time on capture. Worthington back on the floor for Melbourne United after missing Sunday's game against the Wildcats. Here's McRae. Stephen Dennis goes to the basket, rebounded by Kicker, keeps it alive, gets the putback. Worthington, led by Mitch Young, Tory Craig. Barlow to kick it wide open for the 3, makes that one go. To kick it wide open for the 3, makes that one go.
That's an important take. Get Daniel Kicker going from the outside, might feel a bit of rhythm, get more aggressive down in the paint.
Just releases that pressure valve, doesn't it? An easy basket that time to kick it wide open, was able to knock that one down. It's really his bread and butter in this competition.
Mismatch in the block.
Cam Tragar foul on Darryl Pauling that Cam Tragar can do in this competition.
He can smell blood in the water.
He can score. Here's Glidden. Corletto's his matchup. Glidden puts the moves on Corletto. Scotty Wilbekin met by Dennis.
Oh, no.
Banks in the
Don't do it to him. Oh, no.
Banks in the 3 on the expiration of the 24-second shot clock. 31-21. Cairns Taipans lead it. A subdued crowd here at Margaret Court Arena as the Snakes have come in and taken control of this one early. Margaret Court Arena as the Snakes have come in and taking control of this one early. Defensive glass. Scotty Wilbekin gets the Taipans off and running again. Pulls up into the half-court set. Led by Dennis. Wilbekin gets into the paint, finds Young, goes to work on Worthington, can't make it forward. Led by Dennis. Wilbekin gets into the paint, finds Young, goes to work on Worthington, can't make it forward with the left. Worthington down the floor for Melbourne United.
Great
aggressively takes the basket.
And that's what they need, just a lot more of that. Really force the issue. Really, every time they get it, quick outlet, push it down the floor, attack the rim. Can't keep settling from perimeter shots.
The rebound count
and
quarter time.
Can't keep settling from perimeter shots.
The rebound count at quarter time. It was 11-6 Kansas way. Here goes Worthington again, aggressive to the bucket, and the foul is, it's a Jordan McRae checks back in for Melbourne United. Just the 2 points here this evening.
And 7 minutes to go in this second quarter of this matchup. Daniel Kicker's going to be really careful now. If I was the Cairns Taipans, I'd be going inside to Matt Burston, getting that third one nice and early. That's trouble for the rest of the matchup.
Wilbekin weaves his way into the paint. Weaves his way into the paint. A nice little jumper that time. 31-23.
Every time I think he's going to fall over, he knocks down the jumper.
The balance is there. 33-23. Kicker is called for the travel that time. Is McRae. Stephen Dennis goes to the basket. Rebounded by Kicker. Keeps it alive. Gets the put back. The travel here in the second quarter. Live on NBL TV. Margaret Court Arena. Melbourne United looking to christen their new venue with a victory. Here's Young. Glidden thought about the three again. Here's Burston. Goes inside to Young. Foul that time on Jordan McRae.
He could have forced the issue, composed himself, moved the ball on. It's really impressive from a young guy.
Here's Young. Wilbekin working hard off the ball. Finds his way to the paint. Doesn't get the call.
Young guy.
Here's Young. Wilbekin working hard off the ball. Finds his way to the paint. Doesn't get the call.
Surprised that he'd go in.
Here's McRae. Settles for the jumper. Long on that attempt. Wilbekin leads all scorers in this one with 8. It's been a variety of inside-outside too from Scotty Wilbekin, University of Florida star. Young for 3, wide open. University of Florida star. Young for 3, wide open. Here's Worthington again, looking to attack at every opportunity, and why not? Foul that time on Mitch Young. Out of the game for the Taipans. Alex Loughton steps back in, hasn't scored here this evening.
Which is really interesting because the first matchup with Melbourne United over at Hisense Arena, that pick and pop with Alex Loughton and Scotty Wilbekin really tore Melbourne United to shreds.
Worthington makes the second.
Just need to pick up the energy a little bit. A few little hustle plays, 50-50. Balls go Melbourne United's way, and the game will be back on.
Up and in defensively. Disrupt the Taipans, who right now are in control. Cam Glidden perfectly.
Yeah, between him and Jordan McRae, they're going to be the key here for Melbourne United. Get this started. Bring the energy early. There's no more time to waste.
Stephen Dennis checks back in as the starting point guard here in the second half for Melbourne United. Just the 3 points in the first half, had the 3 assists. Here's McRae directing traffic. Dennis goes to work, finds his way to the rim. There's a good finish for Stephen Dennis.
3-pointers, bust them out. But you can attack by the drive as well. Get on the rim. Not much help defense there for the Cairns Taipans.
Get inside and move some feet. Make the defense actually play. Right now, Matt Burston goes to work again on Daniel Kickett. Kickett with 3 fouls. Loughton, let's go. Defensive board, Mark to tie it to a piece. Here's Wilbekin. This will be a good matchup too, Tommy. Stephen Dennis, Scotty Wilbekin. Wilbekin, of course, gave Melbourne United fits early in the season. And the foul that time on Stephen Dennis. And goes to work again on Daniel Kickett. Kickett with 3 fouls. Loughton, let's go. Defensive board, Mark Worthington up to 7 boards here tonight. Worthington goes strong to the rack again. That time was deflected by Steve Way. Barlow for 3, well short. Kickett offensive glass. Cam Glidden keeps the ball. Nice night. Worthington goes strong to the rack again. That time was deflected by Steve Way. Barlow for 3, well short. Kickett offensive glass. Cam Glidden keeps the ball. Nice night. Worthington goes strong to the rack again. That time was deflected by Steve Way. Barlow for 3, well short. Kickett offensive glass. Cam Glidden keeps the ball. Nice night. Worthington goes strong to the rack again. That time was deflected by Steve Way. Barlow for 3, well short. Kickett offensive glass. Cam Glidden keeps the ball. Nice back again. That time was deflected by Steve Way. Barlow for 3, well short. Kickett offensive glass. Cam Glidden keeps the ball. Nice save. Here's Wilbekin. Dances his way into the paint. Kicks to Glidden. Wide open. Worthington gets to him late. Cam Glidden.
to sleep through the lane, get on the rim. He's got a little post-up game for a guard and tough from the perimeter.
He's a fun player to watch, and the vision that time from Scotty Wilbekin, who danced his way into the paint but was able to kick, and that vision found him wide open. Worthington met by Loudon and Matt Burston. A cheap one. Extremely active in the first couple of minutes in this game. Was able to get Daniel Kickett in early foul trouble. Dennis wide to Barlow. Wide open. Can't make it go. He's gone cold.
Melbourne United
to get Daniel Kickett in early foul trouble. Dennis wide to Barlow. Wide open. Can't make it go. He's gone cold.
Melbourne United doing a much better job on the offensive glass already at the start of this quarter.
Worthington kicks to Barlow in the corner. This time puts the ball on the floor. Pulls up. He's missed his last three. To get Daniel Kickett in early foul trouble. Dennis wide to Barlow. Wide open. Can't make it go. He's gone cold.
Melbourne United.
Here's Glidden. Met by Jordan McRae. Worthington has Trigar. Foul that time on Scotty Wilbekin. Goes to the line to shoot a pair for Cairns. Makes the first of two.
Methodical the way they're going through the offense at the moment.
Yes, they more than happy to put the defense to sleep
take
if
that
they
time.
can, then strike.
Let's play in the half court.
Wilbekin for three. Dennis gets there late, but was able to worry him out and then strike.
Let's play in the half court.
Wilbekin for three. Dennis gets there late, but was able to worry him out of the shot, and the ball with Jordan McRae on the defensive boards.
Great screen by Daniel Kickett.
Worthington deflection again. Jordan McRae on the defensive boards.
Great screen by Daniel Kickett.
Worthington deflection again. The turnover count hurt Melbourne United in the first half. Worthington is called for the foul. That will send scoring. She leads all scorers in this one. Mark Worthington the next with 11. Daniel Kickett has 10 for Melbourne United. Glidden up to 13. 14 for Glidden. 14 for Glidden. Aaron Fern watches courtside. There's another Fern. Aaron Fern watches courtside. There's another turnover again on Stephen Dennis. Glidden goes hard to the basket, gets the finish. Glidden goes hard to the basket, gets the finish. Cam Glidden up to 16, 52-41. Lead back out to 11. It was 6 at the half. McRae investigates the options, decides to pull it out to Barlow. Worthington to McRae. Better ball movement that time by Melbourne United. Stephen Dennis.
Obviously, Melbourne United's offense is struggling a little bit, but I'm going to credit Cairns for their defense. The way they're switching up their defenses into that zone, back to the man-to-man. I mean, I'm struggling to keep up, and I'm commentating.
Cam Glidden feeling it right now. Heating up here at Margaret Court Arena.
Up and about. Cam Glidden.
Enjoying himself at the new home of the Melbourne United. 19 leads all scorers. Mark Worthington has 6 weeks to size that one up. Stephen Dennis talking to the officials. Wants to discuss that last foul call. Wilbekin averaging 18 points a game. Leads the Taipans in scoring up to 2 here. Is that one up? He's up to 14. Margin back to 8. 47-55. It was 6 at the half. Taipans led it 45-39. Wilbekin long 3.
That's what
6 at the half. Taipans led it 45-39. Wilbekin long 3.
That's what
double Mark Worthington on the way through, and an unsportsmanlike foul. So this will send Mark Worthington to the line. 14 points leads Melbourne United in scoring. Opportunity to get this one back to 6. Can't make it. Scotty Wilbekin, 2 personal fouls in this one, 8 points. Worthington makes the second.
Back to sort of 4 or 5.
It was just a moment ago that Cam Glidden made the 3 to make the margin 11 points again, but Melbourne United now have it back to 7. It was 6 at the half.
Match-up zone for the Cairns Taipans.
McRae met by Wilbekin. Dennis. Steve Wade gets to the 3-point attempt. Can't make it go. Dennis. Steve Wade gets to the 3-point attempt. Can't make it go that time. Glidden off and running with chance. Again, he'll pull this one up. They'll go through the half-court set, although they find Wade deep in the right corner. Well short on that three-point attempt. Pull this one up. They'll go through the half-court set, although they find Wade deep in the right corner. Well short on that three-point attempt. We know he's a dangerous shooter from range. Hasn't got on track tonight, just the 2 points. Kick it for three. Wow. Kick it for three. Wow. Daniel Pickett up to 13, margin back to 4. Melbourne United making a run. Wilbekin for three, short on the attempt. Cam Tregar offensive board, but it ends up in that 13, margin back to 4. Melbourne United making a run. Wilbekin for three, short on the attempt. Cam Tregar offensive board, but it ends up in the hands of
Little
Dennis.
change of energy here. Melbourne United seem to have the ascendancy picking up the pace.
McRae, a long three over Alex Loughton. Well, margin back to 1. Closest Melbourne United have been for a long time in this one. Alex Loughton. Bit of a bounce about Melbourne United now. Wilbekin finds his way into the paint. It's able just to put it up.